I was like, I need something better. I want something better than just my iPhone.
There's no going back. Squad ain't with me.
Hello to everybody and their moms, it's your girl Kristen here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing my dream camera. So before we get started, I do want to say if you're new here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and let's get started. So if you have been around for a minute, you would know that I just came up on my 1-year YouTube anniversary, and since it was a big deal for me and because I had the funds, I decided to invest in my YouTube future and purchase a camera that I thought would align best with what I personally need for my channel. I did happen to have a lot of other options, which we will talk about, that I had to sort of sort through and figure out which one would be the best one for me. But in the end, it ended up being the Sony ZV-1, which again, I will also explain. In this video, I'm going to put some timestamps on the screen. So if you came here for something specific, you can just click and go there. But for the most part, we're just going to be talking about the camera options, what I chose, like why I chose it. Then we'll be unboxing it, and then we will be going into accessories. So if there's anything extra, I'll again put it on the screen. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about why I got the Sony ZV-1. So I actually made a list of things that I was looking for when I was purchasing my camera. When editing in Final Cut Pro, which is the editing software that I use, every single time I would upload it to YouTube, the highest resolution it would upload in would be 1080p. And so for me, I was tired of 1080p. I was like, I need something better. I want something better than just my iPhone, because that's what I've been using to record forever. So the list I had created was, it needed to shoot 4K. Now, obviously it's not a necessity, but I was like, if I'm gonna be spending more than $200 on a camera, I want it to be able to shoot 4K. I wanted it to be under $900 if possible. I wanted it to have a pretty decent battery life, or a battery that was rechargeable, so that I could film while I was in a different location and just need to like put in another battery. Was a flip viewfinder, so I'd be able to actually see myself while filming. When I finally reached my end, I found myself narrowed down to a couple of things. I obviously looked at the Canon G7X, because that's what everybody and their mom uses. I also found myself looking at the Canon EOS M50, and I also looked at the Sony A6400. So those were the three that I had really narrowed down and looked at. So out of these camera options, the first one I found that I was not compatible with was the Canon G7X. First and foremost, it didn't really shoot 4K. From the research I found, it didn't shoot 4K, and that was something that was at the top of my list. But I decided, I was like, you know what, maybe I don't need 4K. Maybe I just, need to just stick with 1080 and I will be fine. I noticed that it also doesn't have a hot shoe. If you don't know what a hot shoe is, it's essentially a mounting point on the top of the camera that you can put like lighting accessories, a microphone, all those sorts of things. And I felt like eventually I would want to invest in a microphone and invest in other lighting besides the ring light that I was gifted. And so I was like, I don't really like that, so we're gonna ditch that. We're gonna say no. So the next one I wanted was the Canon M50, and I was really sold on it. It actually was right in my price range. I liked that it had an interchangeable lens option, and I was like, wow, this is it. I'm done looking. And then of course I had to do more research, and I found that when shooting 4K for the Canon M50, it actually came in pretty cropped. And so I just didn't want to limit the screen size that I had. Not that I'm shooting, videos in the mountains or anything, but it was something I took into consideration and I noted. I didn't completely cross it out yet. I kept it in my back pocket and I did other research. Next, I looked at the A6400, and that was literally a dream. That was the camera that I was like, oh my God, I really want so bad. I had flagged the A6400 on Best Buy and Amazon to let me know if the price dropped, and it did. It dropped to $898 because it typically retails for $998. And I was like, oh my God, $100 less. It's at the top of my price point, but it has everything I want. Literally everything. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna buy it. I'm just gonna do it. And the very next day when I got my money, the price changed back. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so frustrated, but you know what? I think I'm just gonna save up for it. I'm just gonna save up for it, and I'm gonna end up getting it. And then again, because I think Google is very sneaky in the way that it listens to you, and it presented me with the Sony ZV-1. So looking at the Sony ZV-1, I found that it had everything I was looking for, and actually a couple of other things. So yes, it shot in 4K. Yes, it was under $900. It had a pretty decent battery life, but most importantly, it had batteries that were rechargeable, and also it had a flip viewfinder. But in addition to that, it also had an autofocus that actually uses your eye to focus. It also had an ND filter. So I don't really know how to explain that. If you look it up, it'll make a lot more sense. It kind of like automatically filters your video for you. I was like, I kind of really like that because I am still kind of new to the YouTube game. So anything to make that process easier, the editing process, I really enjoy. And it also lastly had a product showcase focus, specifically made for influencers that wanted to show off products. And if you don't know, I have a series on my channel called Exposed. So Exposed, I happen to show off lots of products because I'm constantly testing products. And I was like, that's perfect. I don't have to, you know, put my hand behind the product. I can literally just hold it up and it'll focus on it. And I really, really liked that feature. So I checked the price point and everything, and so I really thought about it. I took a lot of time, and then I was like, you know what, we're just gonna do it. We are just going to do it, and I clicked purchase, and now I have the camera. So now we are going to unbox the camera, and yeah, I'm really excited. So I'm gonna insert footage of the actual box itself when I first got it. And when you open it up, right at the top it has, see, this is why I'm so excited to use my new camera. It has the instructions at the very top and how to prepare for it, and you know, the setup manual, all that kind of stuff. And then, oh, we have the camera. And she looks absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. This is a real camera. This is nice. It also comes with a cord that you can use. It has like a USB end, and then I'm assuming this end goes into the actual camera. Also, the camera comes with a battery. I put it in here, but just in case you were curious, it does come with a battery. So you will already have one. And it comes with a dead cat. Not literally a dead cat. Yeah, I had to also learn that with the research I did. It's essentially a wind muff. So what you do is that you put this in the hot shoe and it will muffle the wind. So then your voice will sound clearer and crisper, and it's a nice option if you don't have a microphone, which I don't. So now we're gonna turn it on. Automatically comes out, and wow, it's already in focus. Then I have my viewfinder that I can see myself in, so y'all can see me recording. My iPhone is just not, it's cool. My iPhone's just not gonna be up to speed with this, and that's exactly why I bought this. But this is what it's looking like. But also, let's say I wanted to get some B-roll or some other footage, I could easily flip this towards myself and then gather that footage, and then I could flip it right back, which is really nice. I have already set up the language, the date, time, all that kind of stuff, but I haven't set up everything else. So that's something else I'll be doing, but everything is very easy to read, easy to guide through. You literally turn it like clockwise to look at the options. So that's really cool. If I want to take a picture, I can click this top button. And I don't know if you heard that little click sound, but that took the picture. And then what's really nice is they have a red button literally designated for videos, so I can't ever miss it. And I don't have a SIM card in yet. We'll get to accessories in a minute, but when I do press that, this button will turn red and it will let me know that I'm recording. So now that we've gone through the box itself, we're going to talk about accessories. So after I clicked purchase, in terms of accessories, I knew I automatically wanted to get another battery, simply because, like I mentioned earlier, I would like to be able to travel and walk around, and if my camera dies, I just plug in another one. So that would be nice. And then I went and got a SD card. I chose this specific one because I wanted to make sure that it had plenty of storage and that it was fast enough for me to shoot in 4K without me having to second guess anything. In the future, I'm probably actually going to upgrade and get a 256 gigabyte SD card, but for now I thought the 128 would be fine. I just wanted to make sure I got more than 64. Also, I got this for my footage and whatever pictures I take. And the last thing I wanted to make sure I had ASAP is the battery charger. It also has a USB cord and the battery fits right in there perfectly, and then it can plug into my wall socket. Which is something I really like. These are all of the accessories I purchased, and if you would like, I will have them linked below. I know I talked for a super long time, but that's basically the entire video. If you happen to enjoy this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, make sure you comment them below because I will give you my honest feedback like always. Also, as I stated at the beginning, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I have other content that I post, but I found this to be something very exciting that I wanted to share. So I happened to make this exception for the content that I typically create, but I'll put my weekly subscriber goal on the screen. It should be right up there. And if you feel like that's something that you can help me with, definitely do so. I mean, you're just pressing a button, so I mean, are you? I would do it. I also have an Instagram, so all of the pictures and footage and all extra fun stuff that I'll be creating with the Sony ZV-1 will be posted on there, so make sure you go and follow me there. I would love to see you and I'd love to say hi. But that's pretty much everything. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.